In tonight's program, we're speaking to Doctor, who is a boxing legend in our community. Boxing isn't as popular as it was, but in the shadows, Doctor earned himself a few titles. We'll speak to him a little bit later, but first, let's look what happened to Bloemfontein Sports last weekend. Last weekend was spectacular and Bloemfontein delivered brilliantly. Here is what happened at the Trail Fest at Bloemfontein Estate. "2022's Trail Fest returned after a lockdown absence. This year, it was hosted at the beautiful Bloemfontein Estate, where one forgets that the city is only a stone's throw away. It is a 3-stage race, with a 12-kilometer prologue starting on Saturday morning, with a second stage of 35 kilometers later that afternoon. On Sunday, racers will battle it out in the third and final stage. It is 40 kilometers long and a final chance to head up the general classification. Day riders are also allowed in the mix, as well as e-bikes. This, however, didn't hamper the nail-biting race for the podium. In the prologue, Daniel and Martin took first and second, with Tony Correra with the e-bike in third. Here are the results. In the second stage, Eric Ramuano dashed through to take the first spot and JJ Kukumur in second, leaving Daniel and Martin to negotiate for third and fourth place. Here are the results. In the third stage, Eric finished ahead of Martin and Daniel, but behind 2 day riders in third place. It wasn't enough to win the general classification, but it was to move up from the 29th place right into the third podium position. Here were the results. Dance drill, cheerleading and majorette might not be an activity many of us are familiar with. It is now an all-inclusive sport with national and international competitions, and we visit their open day. Motor racing is either a sport that you love or you hate. Like athletics, if you don't know what you're looking at, you might only see cars driving around a dirt track, making lots of noise. If you never were at an oval track race before, this is what you've been missing at the Bloem Oval last Saturday.
Ek hoop julle het die kinders saamgebring. Hulle kry vanaand
something almost religious about going to the oval track. It is a community that loves racing cars, and the dirt track is their congregation. If you love cars or racing, you're part of the community. The community also know that coming to the track cannot be replaced by any media yet. It is the smell of gasoline that draws their attention. The roaring vibration in your gut when a V8 puts a pedal to the metal. It is the MC like devil tradesman who entertains a crowd between races, but it's also the ever presence of danger. The racers were starving for this, and the action was spectacular. It was an awesome experience. Don't worry, we'll remind you about the next one. We now know that the South African LMS Championships that comes to Bloem from the 15th until the 18th of April. But this week, it was announced that the World Championships will be held in Cape Town. Going back 30 to 40 years ago. Yeah, I'm about that old. I remember my granddad waking me up for the fight. We huddled in the living room. My dad came in with snacks. The TV is barely audible as 3 generations are excited for the Las Vegas broadcast to begin. Whoever fought isn't important, but the entire country knew the boxing legends. What had happened? We knew them all. Brian Mitchell, Gary Garcia, the Sowetan Rose Dinga and Dubela, Baby Jake Ntsele, Pierre Koetser, and the list goes on. Did boxing become boring? Did boxing South Africa go under? Or did the media turn a blind eye? It is most probably a combination of them all. But what had happened during the last few years? What have we missed? We're speaking to Doctor, one of the South African boxing legends who lives right here in Bloemfontein, and this is what he had to say.
My name is Dr. Ntsele. I was born and raised in Welkom, Thabo. I started boxing in 1998, and then I fought through the amateur level till professional in 2004. I represented my province in the South African National Games in 2004, where it happened in East London. So after that, I decided to go to professional. In 2005, I turned professional, and then I fought all my way up till I became a provincial champion in 2007, and then I went through all the way to become a national champion in 2011. I became WPF flyweight intercontinental champion in 2013, and then also I became a WPF bantamweight Africa champion in 2017. My day, I wake up in the morning, I do the jogging, 12 kilometers at 5 o'clock, and then I go to work, and then at the 10 o'clock I do conditioning, strength conditioning at Free State Sports Institute. I do my conditioning, and then after that I do my boxing skills with my boxing trainer at 11 o'clock, and then I'll be at work, and then after work I do my own business, which is fun boxing, where I help people who want to exercise, in boxing, fun boxing. Yes, I help them to get fit and healthy. We are hoping that this year there will be more tournaments in terms of boxing, both amateurs and professionals. Since the beginning of the pandemic, there were a little activity in boxing, but since now the adjusted level, yes, everything is open now. So I think things will be much promising. There will be competition in boxing, the whole South Africa, in fact.
Wow! I don't know about you, but I certainly can't wait for the boxing matches to start. But until then, this is what's coming this weekend. This weekend isn't going to be as hectic as the previous one, which is a good thing. Now that you know what is happening where, please support these guys. Next weekend, Bloemfontein will look like it's hosting the Olympics. Look on our website to find all the details. But we'll be here next week, Thursday night at 8 to remind you. We will also be speaking to Len Douglas McKay, who will be leaving for Egypt. If we think Baywatch, we associate lifeguarding with the ocean. It doesn't mean that inland people can't swim, but it's a good idea to keep an eye on them when they do. Lifeguarding is also in sport, and Len Douglas qualified for the South African lifeguarding team. That is also the reason why he's leaving for Egypt, who will be the host this year for the World Lifeguarding Championships. He will explain how an inland boykie made it to the South African lifeguarding team and what it takes to get there.